And good morning, everybody. We are on, right? Everything is good. I didn't have the music this morning, so I didn't know what was going on. You kind of caught me off guard, young blood.
That's what I was trying to tell you. Something's up with the board.
No, it happens,
The
man.
mic is.
Oh, okay.
Mics
I
are on
got
and
the board.
everything.
So if you guys can hear us, it is all good out there. Glad you're with us. 6:07, man. It is a Thursday morning. It is January 22nd. This is Art City now, getting you up and at it. It is Thursday. Cold's gotten away. That's a bigger story. I know weather can be that way, but it is. It's coming. The cold is coming. But we're glad you're with us. We're here Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 a.m. Arch City now, all things St. Louis, all the time. Having a good time with you guys, making sure that you're caught up on everything from a St. Louis standpoint, national stories, water cooler talk, anything and everything, bringing it in from that standpoint. By the way, don't forget about the cash stash that attorney John Wilbers told us about yesterday. Check out the Wilbers Law Firm on Instagram for some of those updates. I think Rye was going to do that yesterday, making sure he could get out there and check where the cash stash was going to be. Not sure if it was going to be 500 or 1,000 this week, but there is that opportunity for people to go ahead and get stuff done there. Not a lot of sports one day we might be sports heavy. Today, lots of news headlines, lots of things going on in the area, some interesting stories to get to. Obviously, the weather was a big deal. Is Lambert Airport really that bad? Is it really, really that bad? When you travel through, do you have really bad experiences? Are your flights late? I don't know. There's obviously nicer airports and better experiences than Lambert. That's a fact. But is Lambert really that bad? Senator Eric Schmidt's been back in town doing some interviewing, things from that standpoint, talking about what he'd like to see. And he wants to make it comparable to O'Hara. I don't know how. I don't know where the money comes from. It's under city control right now. It has not worked out. There's been talk of privatizing it. The positives that could come from that. However, nothing has happened. And when you go to Lambert, obviously they're talking about expansion and making one huge terminal. Some of those things that would be nice. You have a new airport director coming in after Rhonda Nihambrugge retired or left. So there's a lot of decisions that have to be made over there as well. We'll get into that story. I talked about the weather situation that's happening. And people getting ready for what's happening. How about a lifetime award or honor for Kurt Cignetti, the Indiana coach who just won the national championship for football? Five Guys. No, there's a lot of people that I know that love Five Guys. Love it. Five Guys is also debuting something new that may attract even more people to their restaurants. We'll let you know what that is. The Grafton Ferry is going to be running a new schedule, many more days for people to go check it out over in Grafton. People get excited about that. We'll get you caught up on when Mizzou and SLU play basketball again, when the Blues hit the ice again from that standpoint. And then, of course, there's also some betting news that's going on. It's when it comes to NCAA betting and what people can do and where they're going and what may be allowed. Just some very interesting things that I was looking at. Some just stories you're like, really? Really? So that's what's happening. By the way, the temperature for the high today is going to be 38. And we won't see 38 again for the foreseeable future. And when I say the foreseeable future, I mean over a week. That's the cold spin that we are getting ready to hit. Let's just say that if we do hit 30 degrees Tuesday, it's Thursday now, Tuesday, that would be a high point if we get to that. So the cold is here for the weekend. Seems like one of those deals where it's a inside weekend, whatever you're doing, no need or reason or want to be out and about because it's going to be allegedly that cold. Did Did you see the repulso that the viral St. Louis monkeys now, were they ever even real? Now, this would be a nice little, I don't want to say excuse or crutch for St. Louis police, but police are now disputing a report of an officer seeing a loose monkey in North St. Louis. So were the monkeys even real? Were there really monkeys running around St. Louis and North St. Louis? I don't know. I didn't see the monkeys running around downtown. I didn't see them running around. We'll see what's going on. I might get to that. Yeah. So they weren't at the airport because nobody's at the airport, allegedly. We'll talk more about that coming up. The American Red Cross is very, very, very low when it comes to blood donations. They would love for people to get back into it, to start donating again, if you're going to do something there. And what else we got right there? I'm trying to think of, we just had a lot of things going on today. News stories, not a lot of sports, that's for sure. Hulu permanently shut down as well. So they're looking down the road from there. We also, if you guys are wanting to talk about the NFL for this weekend, the big games, a lot of times we do that on Friday, but if we wanted to, we could open that up for you as well today to start talking about what's happening, where it's going, those sorts of things. But the big story, the big story that we're starting to see is the weather that is on its way. And also, would Gateway Arch Foundation exploring expansion along the East St. Louis riverfront be something that you guys would be for or not? Could you see that being advantageous or bringing more visitors or money in? Would that be money well spent, in your humble opinion? And finally, when it comes to the sports side of things, Yadier Molina, the Cardinals legend, is going to be rejoining the team as a special assistant focusing on a catching program strategy. Chaim Bloom says, quote, he will help us nurture in our players high standards, their attention to the detail of things, and a championship mindset that are so critical to winning. I can only imagine having Yadi around has to be a better thing than not having Yadi around. By the way, this is Arch City Now. We're here Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 a.m. You stream us on X, Facebook, and YouTube. We bring you St. Louis newsmakers, interviews, and news and headlines and so forth. We are your Lou information station. We're live and on demand at louinfo.com. Whatever you guys want to jump in and talk about, you can. Let us know. You can jump in on the social media pages as well. Appreciate you guys being with us as we're here. By the way, Hot Take Central 2.0 follows us each day, Monday through Friday. They take the airwaves from 8 to 10 o'clock, and on Thursdays, following Hot Take Central 2.0, is the Co-Found Hers show. And then, of course, from 11 to 1, it's Charlie Tuna and the Posse. And for more on the network shows that we have, not only during the week, but on the weekend as well, you just go to louinfo.com. Once again, that is louinfo.com. All right, moving along from that standpoint, I guess I'll get into that right now because it's such a big deal with Yadi. Of course, Yadi he's a 10-time All-Star, a 9-time Gold Glove winner, 2-time World Series champ, and now he's going to serve as a special assistant to Chaim Bloom, which is fantastic. Chaim says, we are happy to welcome Yadi back to the Cardinals organization. He's an elite competitor, a consistent winner, one of the greatest ever at his position, and we look forward to many contributions during his visit with us in this new role, both in and out of uniform. So that's a big deal. So Bloom said that Molina is going to provide his unique insight to help improve the team's catching program and in-game strategy. That's key. Perhaps most important, he will help us nurture in our players the high standards, the attention to detail, and the championship mindset that is so critical to winning. Once again, Yachty is a winner. Wherever he went, obviously, greatness followed. Whatever he did, it was a part of it. Now, if you remember, this isn't something new. I mean, he was in uniform with the Cardinals dugout last season, Cardinals Cubs series, but he's kind of been a no-show. We haven't seen him. I mean, very few public appearances since his retirement in 2022. Can't believe it's already been 2022. He did make a surprise return to Busch Stadium for Adam Wainwright's final day. That was a really cool night. He also held up a sign from the Spanish language broadcast booth asking for Wainwright to get one more final at bat. So that's cool. It's good. Get these guys back out there if they can help from that standpoint, because it certainly seems like they could. Now, before the 2024 season, Molina was also named a special assistant to the president of baseball operations. Then he was a manager for Puerto Rico in the World Baseball Classic. Got a lot of respect from players, allegedly. And he's been managing in multiple other leagues since. And Molina will be the manager for Puerto Rico again in the 2026 World Baseball Classic. Yeah. So go get him. Come on back, Yadier. Cardinals have nothing to lose. We know that. At least from a St. Louis baseball standpoint, we felt like the team has hit rock bottom, and there's only a way to go, and that's up. That's kind of how many Cardinals fans feel, because the standard had been raised so high. That's where you are from that standpoint. So bring back Yachty. He's coming back, and then we'll see where it all goes from there. By the way, SLU basketball has an interesting they have a game they're at St. Bonaventure tomorrow at 4:30. Of course, your 23rd ranked SLU Billikens will be in action tomorrow. Mizzou doesn't play till Saturday. They got Oklahoma. And then you've also got the Blues in action tomorrow night, as they desperately need a win. I mean, desperately need a win, because, they've lost a couple in a row now, just not looking really good, where they are, what they've got going on. So they're not in action tonight. The Blues get back to action tomorrow night. They're at Dallas, and we all know that Dallas is one of the best teams in the league. And I keep sitting back wondering and waiting what St. Louis is going to do with this team. They're not going to continue on like this. They're not. They can't. This is ho-hum. And you'll start to see more and more fans not showing up at the games. You will. I saw open seats at their last home game more than I'd seen in a while, and I was like, oh, is it starting to happen where people are now just disinterested in the Blues, just like they were the Cardinals? Hate to see it, but it is what it is. And then for the area, it's like, okay, here we go again. What are we going to start liking? At least SLU is putting it up. The only issue with SLU is they don't play anybody. They don't. I'm sorry. It's unexciting. Yeah, is it fun to beat teams and crush teams that are so inferior to you by 20 points every game? Is that fun? Maybe for some, not for me. Yeah, they allowed DeCoin to come back and make it a close game, but SLU should not be playing close games with some team called DeCoin. I'm sorry. That's not what you need. So it's like, where are we with the sports scene from the St. Louis area? Yeah, SLU is ranked. Great. Who do they play? Nobody. Played one Power 4 team and lost. Even though they were winning, they lost. And I'm excited about them. I am. I can't wait. I think they're going to only lose one game. They should go undefeated with the schedule that they play the rest of the way. They should. Some would say, Vic, that's asking a lot. You can have an off night. It's like, no, not with that team. They got too much talent, and their coach looks to be one of the better coaches in America, specifically when it comes to offensive basketball. So we're left from a sports standpoint going, okay, what do we have to look forward to? Who's doing well? If we're missing something, let us know. But that's what we kind of see. And then, of course, you have the NFL to root for, and you have 2 more weekends of that this weekend, and then the Super Bowl, of course. And then we try to figure out what's happening with the Blues. And then, of course, spring training. That's first part of March. Pitchers and catch reporting. It's going to be coming down the pipeline pretty darn soon. So that's where we are from that standpoint. This is Art City Now. Producer Rise here. I'm Vic Faust as well. We give you headlines, news updates, things from that standpoint. Now, Producer Rye always likes to talk about the fast food, the things that are out there, the deals, and so forth. Do we really need something called the Big Arch? McDonald's is bringing a huge burger to the menu now. It's going to be, all they say is that it'll be here, quote, soon. 2 beef patties, white cheddar cheese slices, onions. It has crispy onions, fresh onions, lettuce, pickles, and the iconic Big Arch sauce. So the Big Arch, I guess it's bigger than the Big Mac. But the Big Mac, if you looked at it, where the meat really wasn't all that huge. I don't know. I was just sawing this one. It's supposed to get to the U.S. on March 3rd. I don't know. I'm looking at it. I'm like, yeah. All right, decent. Nothing that's really like getting me super excited. That's for sure. But okay, we see it. Hey, speaking of local chains and things that are doing new things, so to speak, interesting, so to speak. How about this? I know a lot of people go to Five Guys. Is now going to debut alcohol. That's right. Five Guys is now going to be selling alcohol. And this is the one that got me. All-day breakfast. I was like, what? What? So Five Guys is going to add these new features to their menu. I mean, they began, out of Arlington, Virginia. They went global. They have nearly 1,900 locations worldwide, and they do a really good job. They do, of course, the hand-cut fries. They've got complimentary peanuts there. It's another reason why I can't go in there with my son. You have peanut allergies in your family. I've had it before, but it is good. But why does Five Guys think they need all-day breakfast? They said that overall traffic in their stores has declined 1%, suggesting that consumers are eating out less often or maybe going somewhere else. That's true too. But really? And they hadn't really made changes to their menus. Is it adding things on a menu that really gets people to come back? I don't know. But alcohol and all day. See, okay, so now they say that fast food competitors are diving into all day breakfast. Are people into all day breakfast? I don't know. Are they? McDonald's ended its all day breakfast in 2020 after they launched it in 2015. It didn't work. And now Five Guys wants to try an all day breakfast situation. I don't see it. I don't. But they'll find out quickly, I guess. I guess you have consultants that come in and say, well, you need to do this and you need to do that. And they have to justify the money that they get paid. Anybody that's ever worked with consultants knows exactly what I'm talking about. This is also interesting, too, because the alcohol industry, the alcohol beverage industry, is also experiencing a slowdown, if you've seen that, for whatever reasons, whether it's people drinking less, whether it's people smoking more, whatever the case. After peaking during the pandemic, total alcohol sales have fallen at least 3%, and that was in the first half of last year. But Five Guys is introducing alcohol in their Vegas location to see what they could do with that, to see if it aligns. They're trying to align with some other competitors and then see if it works and see what they could find. I didn't realize this, but the Taco Bell on the Vegas Strip features a full service bar menu and operates 24/7. Okay, it's Vegas, not St. Louis. We'll see if it makes its way this way at some point in time. But yeah, you're starting to see some of those things there. So anyway, all fast food places are trying to find ways. Sometimes the harder you try to do something, the more you're like, oh, it doesn't work. And you're spinning your wheels. And then of course you have to deal with inflation. And inflation's out there when it comes to prices. And you may not be making as did right now, or it goes up and down and all around, the roller coaster effect. All day breakfast and alcohol at some Five Guys, but not in St. Louis yet. So don't get confused or misunderstand that. All day breakfast, not coming to the area yet. Not yet. Okay. We're off and running, guys. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. This is your Lou Information Station. We are live and on demand at louinfo.com. We got to get into this weather that's hitting the area. It's kind of the big news. It really is. It's supposed to come this weekend. Yes, there's supposed to be snowfall. Yes, there'll be accumulation. Yes, there's going to be a lot of cold, freezing, winter weather advisory temperatures. So you might as well get ready. Have some indoor parties this weekend, Ryan. Something from that standpoint. But we'll get into it all and anything else you guys want to jump into. This is Art City Now. If you want to give us a call, you can do that as well. 855-282-8255. And of course, you can stream us live on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Producer Rice here. I'm Vic Faust. We'll be back with more right after this.
Hi, it's Jennifer Bardot, and I am here with Edward Jones financial advisor Bethany Shell. Bethany, when it comes to choosing a financial advisor, what should people really be asking?
Jennifer, I think the first question is simple. Does your financial advisor take the time to really listen to you? Your goals, your family, your future, it should always be personalized.
So it's not just about numbers?
Exactly. Life changes, and so does your financial situation. You want someone who will be there with you, working with you to help keep your strategy on track.
What if someone is brand new to investing?
That's the best time to start. Use an established process to create a personalized strategy backed by advice, tools, and resources to help you reach your goals. And we make sure you have access to the information you need when you need it.
I love that. So it sounds like financial planning is really about living life on your own terms.
It really is. I believe feeling rich isn't about hitting a magic number. It's about having financial strategies that support a life you love. Because the key to being rich is knowing what counts. Contact me today at 314-648-2020. This is a paid for ad by Bethany Shell at Edward Jones, member SIPC.
After a long day, nothing beats kicking back in a brand new hot tub from St. Louis Hot Tub Warehouse. These guys are the real deal. They've been around for over 38 years and got more than 400 five-star reviews. And they've earned single one of them. They sell premium, American-made hot tubs. USA, baby. And because they keep their overhead low, they pass the savings right on to you. You're getting better quality at a better price. And here's the best part. No hidden fees. No surprises. No, oh, by the way, charges. And if you find a comparable hot tub cheaper at a local dealer, they'll beat that price. Guaranteed. That's right. Best price guarantee. No one's beating them. Plus, when you hot tub warehouse, you're a buddy that's been here for decades. And they'll be here to service your tub for as long as you own it. Check them out at besthotTubPrices.com. That's besthotTubPrices.com. St. Louis Hot Tub Warehouse, highest quality, best price.
Back to more of Arch City Now with Vic Faust on the Lou Information Station. Streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. It is Thursday. It is January 22nd. So glad you were with us. This is your Lou Information Station. We are live and on demand at louinfo.com. Producer Rye is here, kind of. I'm Vic Faust. Glad you guys are with us. It is time to rise and shine. It is still dark 30 outside. Yeah, we're getting close to those days, changing a little bit. Unfortunately, we're not quite there yet. We have lots of happy, joy sun around most of the day. But when you get up in the morning, it's what I say, the dark 30. Usually around 7 o'clock, just after 7 o'clock, the sun has been coming up. We're supposed to have some sun today, but the rest of the week, it's not going to be so wonderful outside. Now, we're used to cold weather. It's winter. Most of us have been around this planet for a while. We know it can get cold during the winter time. Well, cold is one thing. Freezing winter weather advisory, these details are quite another. So we're like, okay, let's have some fun with this. Weather is going to be a big story. We'll be talking about that coming up here. As a matter of fact, this is what's happening so far. I mean, it's going to be one of those situations where you've got the National Weather Service. They issued a winter storm watch last night. The potential for some heavy snow beginning Friday, tomorrow, and temperatures continuing to drop. What I was told and what I was thinking and seeing was it was somewhere between 3 to 6 inches on Saturday, and then all throughout the day on Saturday, snowing. Inside day. That being said, the city of St. Louis urging locals and visitors to proceed with caution ahead of the frigid temperatures. Obviously, you could have cold, you could have icy, snowy roads as well when it starts to hit the area. And then the city of St. Louis is also outlining preparations for residents on what they should do. Shelters who are opening up. If you know somebody, or getting the word out. I know if people choose to be outside, but that's no place for people to be outside, not in the slightest. Letting people know, helping shelters get the word out, anything from that standpoint. It is interesting. Do you listen to these reports like the Missouri Department of Transportation puts out, MoDOT, safety kits? Like they'll put out like, you need to have the safety kits in your car. Now, there was one time where I was wishing I had a couple things, but throughout the rest of my life, I'm just like, yeah, I'm going to be fine. They basically say there's a kit, but you're a young guy. If you were going to put a kit together for a winter weather emergency, what would you want in it? And I'm not talking about anything that you would consume.
Mm-hmm.
A shovel, a flashlight. Obviously, our cell phones are with us all the time. Food. It's like, what are we getting blizzard in somewhere in our car? Water, blankets. Yes, I could see that. Warm clothing. Yes, I could see that. But that's what they put together. Have those in your car. Bob. Oh, Bob. Can't think of his last name right over. MoDOT. Bob. St. Louisans, by the way, are also urged to check their heating systems at home. Get your supplies, get to the stores, but you know how it is. You go to the grocery store today or tomorrow. Oh, it's going to be a rush. People are going to be running all around. That's what happens. But if you don't want to go out and do anything on Saturday, then get it ahead of that time. Today, tomorrow, whatever you need from that standpoint. By the way, anyone in need of shelter can always contact 211. That's the number 211 for service surrounding overnight beds or local warming centers. Somebody that needs something, 211. In the city of St. Louis, Kara Spencer, the mayor, is supposed to speak today about severe winter weather that's expected to bring 4 to 6 inches of snow to the St. Louis area. Weather graphs can change when it comes to snowfall, but you get 4 to 6 inches with the kind of cold that we're supposed to get in the teens, and that can be an issue, even lower than the teens, by the way. But that's the storm that's going to be coming in, and of course you start dealing with some of those things and you're like, okay, all right, bring it on. We've been very fortunate, in my humble opinion, when it comes to the weather so far. Maybe you guys don't agree. Very fortunate from that standpoint and the weather standpoint and seeing where we are. But, there's not a lot. There's not a lot going on. And, every now and then it's probably pretty good just to sit back and relax, right? Wouldn't it be now the Billikens, the 24th ranked Billikens have a game tomorrow on Friday, which is interesting. It's a 4:30 p.m. game. That's what that conference does. That's why
Tomorrow?
Yes.
At home?
No,
Oh.
It's St. Bonaventure.
Yeah, well, St. Bonaventure.
Why?
I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think St. Bonaventure always plays like a lot of early games. I don't know why though.
I don't know why the Bonnies do that.
But who's part of it? I think he's a part of it, but there's like a analyst who is very, very, very well involved with St. Bonaventure. I want to make sure I get the right guy. I think it's Woj, but I'm not sure.
What do you? Oh, really?
Yeah, he is a part of their management thing.
Huh. I don't get that. I just don't get the 4:30 games.
Let me make sure.
And I don't want this. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, Adrian Wojnarowski. You remember Woj?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Woj bombs. Yeah, he that's what he's doing now. He is the general manager of St. Bonaventure.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, my only deal with that is it's like 4:30. It seems kind of very small conference-esque.
Very kiddish.
Fourth high school. This is why.
Right. Yeah, JV actually.
Well, I mean, U.S. Senator Josh Hawley from our wonderful state of Missouri put this out a couple weeks ago. He was wanting to get the Billikens in the Big East, and he was trying to push them to the Big East. It would work from a basketball standpoint, some of their soccer standpoint, both men's and women's, academics. And I loved it. I was like, I'm like, please get the Billikens out of the Atlantic 10. That's me saying it. Okay. This conference is not a good sports conference. It's not a great conference to be a part of. I'm sorry. I'm saying it. Nobody else is. And I'm not off base for saying that. Am I, Ryan?
No, you are not.
Okay. I just, it's, ugh. And you look at how damn good the basketball team is and efficient they are. But they haven't beat a good team all year. Not one. The Billikens haven't beat one good team. Not one. Tell me a good team that they beat. Not one. Zero. Nada. Zilch. And I think they're going to finish out this conference with only one loss and not beat a good team. Not beat one. And not one Power 4 team. Until hopefully they go to the NCAA tournament and beat up on some of those other teams. So anyway, the Billikens get a 4:30 game tomorrow. And then then Mizzou plays Saturday. The Blues are in action, and that's what's going to be interesting because you look at the Blues. So just giving you the rundown of things that are going on this weekend to watch or look forward to. I mean, the Blues tomorrow night are in Dallas. Okay. Then they'll fly home after their winter loss. And when they arrive in St. Louis, it's going to be, now it may not be snowing yet, but it is going to be super damn cold. And then you talk about the snow that's hitting St. Louis on Saturday and the teen temperatures, maybe wind chills, single digits, even below. Then the Blues host the LA Kings in a game Saturday night. I wonder, are people going to be down to Enterprise for a 7 p.m. game? The Kings are in town. So the Blues have a back-to-back, and then they're going to be dealing with not so great weather on Saturday. Talk about that hockey weather during the winter. And then so that leads you into Sunday where you have the NFL football games and so forth. But I don't know, man. That's a 4:30 college basketball game on a Friday. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. And I don't think I'm wrong for saying it. It just seems weird or bad or whatever. Whatever. You've also got, and I start to look at what they're doing for this and the games that are coming up. Where is it at? Oh, I had the matchups here. Sorry about that. Was looking at where we were going to be sitting for our football games on Saturday. Looking forward to the games ahead. The Patriots. Did you see the line? It's 5.5, New England. If it's 5.5, I'm taking the Broncos in the points, and that may surprise you. I'm taking the Broncos in the points. I think Jared Stidham's going to be just fine. And then we talk about your Rams. They're only 2.5-point underdogs at Seattle. I thought that number would have been larger.
Nah, people know what's up. They know what's up. Big Stafford's going to walk into your trap, and he's going
46 touchdowns to 8 interceptions this year for Stafford.
MVP at almost 40. Man.
Yeah, he'll be your MVP. Drake May, 31 touchdowns, 8 interceptions.
You know what I think about?
Drake May will be number 2 in your MVP voting as well.
Yeah. You know what I think about, though, Vic? Especially, like, since you were in Detroit. Just imagine Just imagine if Stafford like had those other prime years in another team. I think he'd be up there with like them one.
Best ever.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Like he was one of them ones. Especially if he gets another ring. Uncomfortable.
When I watched him, I remember watching him throw when he got to Detroit. I'd already switched to news, but I'd still do some combo stories.
Mm-hmm.
I was out at practice one day. We were getting ready to talk to the owner that day. And me being a football guy, and I love football. It's the greatest team game ever invented. I won't break it down for you today on why. I've done that before. It's another reason why I love it. I have never seen the ball come out of somebody's hands as fast and quick and strong and accurate as I watched Matthew Stafford throw the football. And this is back when he was a rookie coming out of Georgia.
Oh, wow.
And it looks the same even today at his age. And the patience that he exhibited in Detroit was freaking amazing. Obviously, he has a lot of patience, and I say this respectfully. His wife had a podcast show, and she liked to go out and talk a lot and say things that maybe she shouldn't have. I liked her. I listen to her. I like her. I like spunky, spicy, get it all out there. But if you're married to that, it's different. And you're a quarterback, and one of the best quarterbacks to ever play the game. I mean, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. I don't know how do we get on this? It was great.
Yeah,
I wish we had our own. It just makes me frustrated more of not having our own football team here. When it's the most popular sport in America by far, and we don't have a team. But then again, I've broken that down before too, and it just gets a little frustrating. I was like, damn, I wish we had these guys around. So anyway, this is Art City Now. That's producer Ryan, Vic Faust. We're here Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 a.m. Hot Take Central 2.0 with Cam Jansen, the former Blue, and Cardinals broadcaster Jim the Cat Hayes. Follow us each day from 8 to 10 o'clock. I am expecting something to happen with the Blues, though. A trade, something. They're going to have like a 2-week window to do this when it comes to the Olympic break that's coming up, but the Blues can't continue on. I mean, they play tomorrow night and Saturday night. I was talking about them with the weather. They can't keep this team together, right? Right. Do my John Mozeliak, right? Well, we're doing the best that we can, right? This team must find a way to catch a spark. And Rob Thomas is still out for, another week? Not sure. I keep waiting to see what they're going to do. This is the last year of Doug Armstrong in his role. Is he not going to touch anything? That has not been his directive or motto in the past. Are the Blues going to just fade into darkness this season? Or will they make a splash and try to make the playoffs? Not quite sure. But they got 2 games Friday and Saturday. Obviously, the Stars Friday night at home. And then they welcome the Kings to town the next night, Saturday night at 7. I mean, literally, if the weather's that bad, you think half Enterprise will be there? Or will people be trying to get out? Maybe half of Enterprise would be sold out. I don't know, man. That could be interesting. I mean, really, to see how few fans would show up at the game. Maybe if you were willing to battle the weather and conditions, you might be able to get some really, really good tickets cheap if you're looking for that too. I don't know, just giving you another thing to look, another idea, so to speak. By the way, the Kings are just a little bit better than the Blues. The Blues are 46 points, last in the Central Division. The Kings are battling for one of the final wild card spots. Right now, if the season ended today, the Kings are tied. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they wouldn't even be in the playoffs. The Kings wouldn't even be in the playoffs, and they're that much better than the Blues. That's how far the Blues have sunk. I'm like, well, wait a second. Just put it this way. Could you imagine having a hockey team right now, 48 games into the year, right? And your team is 34-5-9?
That's really, really good.
34 wins, 5 losses, 9 overtime.
What's the
That's the Colorado Avalanche, by the way.
Because I'm more of a casual in hockey. Like, what's the record? Like, you know how there's this
made points in a season, or
like not even just like points in the season, and who like what's the best record? Because I know it's different in hockey. Like they have the point system. Like, what is like the 73-9 Warriors?
Oh yeah, I don't know. Colorado's competing for it right now. They're just on a different level.
Yeah,
I mean, and the best part for me, not only are they 34-5, but at home they're 20-1. 4 overtime loss. They're 20-1. That's insane. It might be the best home record ever. I mean, in the modern day of hockey, which is just bizarre, man. That is so freaking phenomenal to think that they could be doing that. Anyway, that's what's heading on for the weekend. I haven't even looked at there's some shows out there too. I saw the Factory has some shows that they've got going on as well. The Factory out in Chesterfield, sending us updates when they do. There's a concert tonight too. Ty Myers is at the Factory tonight and tomorrow night. Tonight the show gets underway at 7:30 down there off Highway 40. And tomorrow night's show, Friday night, is an 8 p.m. start time. So people can get out and enjoy Ty Myers out there. American singer and songwriter, country music singer. So people can go enjoy that as well. So yeah, while there's things to get out and do too, you also got to remember that tomorrow night the weather's supposed to get really, really, really cold. And that's what we were talking about. It's like, okay, get ready. Temperature's going to get way, 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 way down. By tomorrow morning, you're looking at wind chills in the single digits, maybe minus. That's an issue because tomorrow morning that's what it is. 24 for the high tomorrow. And that would be kind of maybe midday, maybe. And then it starts to go way, way down. Highs coming up for the rest of the week. And lows. Friday's low is going to be about 4 degrees. The high is 24 on Saturday. Going into Saturday morning, wake up, it's about 3 degrees. And that's before so you're going to have minus wind chills. And you've got snow. The high maybe 15 on Saturday. Sunday, the high's 15. Monday, and that's possibly more snow into Sunday. Monday, looks like snow has stopped. You got sunshine. The actual low from Sunday going into Monday morning, right, is -3 before counting in a wind chill factor, which could take that into the teens, minus teens. Hey, and then there's a great warm-up for Tuesday, 34 for the high. More snow expected in the middle of next week, too, with highs of 26 on Wednesday and 23 on Thursday. Yeah, that's the kind of temperatures. That's why it's the big story that's coming around. That's what people are the weather when we start to deal with some of that, because it's real and it's like, okay, great, we get to deal with this now. There's just not a ton going on this weekend. Maybe people have activities with their sports and their kids and maybe getting out to their facilities, whatever they have going on. But if you have stuff for Saturday, there's a chance those could be closed as well, locked up. Nothing going on with the weather. You don't know. They may cancel, even with it being inside, just because of roads. And we don't know how bad the roads are going to be or not. So we'll have to see what's coming up with that. Next hour, we'll give you your fast food updates on some things that are going on. Eric Schmidt, the state senator, has a plan for Lambert, or not necessarily a plan, but a vision for Lambert Airport. There's a lot of factors that go into that. Yes, you got to believe it before you can do it. It's just, I don't know, man. It just seems like it would be very, 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 very difficult to get Lambert back up and running. And you've got to have more flights. You have to have more flights coming in and out. You do. That's one of the only ways that you can really move forward with that. We'll tell you about a really cool honor for Curt Cignetti after winning the national championship, a gift that he'll get for the rest of his life. We'll ask Rye when he come back too if he was a national championship winning coach, what he would want for the rest of his life. Maybe if somebody's going to give you something free for the rest of your life, what would it be? Maybe one of those, because Cignetti's getting something. You can think about that.
Qdoba Bowl.
Yeah, Qdoba Bowls. Grafton Ferry, some news on the Grafton Ferry with the new schedule that people may like. Your basketball schedule, we'll get into that for the week. Plus, talking about whether Missouri is going to make some big changes to sports betting just 2 months after it became legal. We'll tell you how the state could ban prop betting and other bets on college basketball, especially considering what has happened with certain individuals and athletes, point shaving scandals, throwing game scandals, and they're not just thought about, these have actually happened. And recently with a former SLU basketball player, it's a real deal. So for producer Ryan, Vic Faust, we are your Lou Information Station. We are live and on demand at louinfo.com. It's Arch City Now. If you want to give us a call, you can do that too. The phone number 855-282-8255. We'll be back right after this break.
Fast Track Auto Transport has been a trusted leader in vehicle shipping for over 25 years, providing reliable, affordable service across the U.S. Fast Track offers fast and safe transportation solutions for individuals, dealerships, fleets, and businesses of all sizes. The Fast Track team prides itself on honest communication, competitive pricing, and real-time tracking, which gives our customers peace of mind from pickup to delivery. Whether you're shipping a single car or managing a large fleet, Fast Track delivers a smooth, hassle-free experience every time. Come see why Fast Track Auto Transport has been St. Louis's go-to company for all your vehicle transport needs for over 25 years. The trusted way, the safe way, the Fast Track way. Visit ftautotrans.com or call 636-677-9004. That's ftautotrans.com or call 636-677-9004.
Broadcasting live from the J. Randolph Jr. Studios in Kirkwood.
Is stronger than grandmother's breath.
KLIS 590 AM, Wood River, St. Louis.
Cautiously optimistic.
He said he believed Russian President Vladimir Putin will come to an agreement on Ukraine, hailing lots of progress on the peace deal in recent weeks. Witkoff confirmed that the issue of territory remains the biggest sticking point between Russia and Ukraine.
Word of Zelensky's meeting with Trump came after he previously said he was going to skip the event due to Russian attacks on Ukraine's energy grid. The latest ICE operations underway in Maine this week.
According to Fox News, authorities arrested more than 50 people on Tuesday and more arrests on Wednesday. ICE Deputy Assistant Director Patricia Hyde said there are approximately 1,400 targets in Maine, and it comes as part of a broader crackdown against illegal immigrants. Portland Mayor Mark Dion issued a statement opposing the prospect of ICE in the area and noted that Portland police does not cooperate with ICE and they do not participate in enforcing federal immigration law. I'm Mark Mayfield.
President Trump says the framework of a long-term deal on Greenland is in place. Shortly after announcing the proposal in a post on Truth Social, Trump told reporters the deal gives the U.S. everything it needs.
People are out there and they're working it right now. They're working the details of the deal, but it's in what's called an infinite deal. It's forever.
Trump has repeatedly said the U.S. needs to take control of Greenland for national security purposes. He also said he will not be imposing tariffs scheduled to go into effect February 1st. Earlier Wednesday, he ruled out using force to acquire Greenland. From America's News Network, USA Radio News.
Maybe this is you too. There's enormous frustration right now with healthcare costs. It is amazing. Healthcare costs for families in the last 20 years have almost tripled, and it just keeps getting worse. All this to say, this is why MediShare is so in demand right now. People are looking for alternatives, and MediShare is proven. You can save thousands of dollars a year and actually like it more. Over 1 million Americans are now part of healthcare sharing, and MediShare is the gold standard. It's trusted. It works. It's been helping people save money and have peace of mind now for 30 plus years. It's not some big impersonal thing either. It's a community of people like you helping each other. Frustrated too? Here's your chance to make a refreshing change. You'll notice the difference as soon as you call. They're easy to talk to. You can get a price within 2 minutes. Here is the number. Call 855-SHARE-40. That's 855-SHARE-40. 855-SHARE.
News reports on the Lou Information Station are presented by Brown and Crouppen.
So what's his handle?
Get BC.com.
Gonna need lawyers, right?
People ask all the time, who the heck is Low Cost Airlines? Well, we're not just one airline. When you're talking to us, you're talking to everyone. We are the discount supermarket for all airline tickets. Plus, we have all the airlines and always have the best prices. American, Delta, United, plus all the specialized international airlines and a lot more. And we make it easy. We guarantee you'll talk to a live human in 60 seconds. You can have the rate you need and have your trip booked in 5 minutes. How cool is that? And remember, when you're talking to us, it's like talking to every single airline available with one fast phone call. All you need to do is call and find the best prices to fly wherever it is you want to go. So are you ready? Call Low Cost Airlines right now. 800-298-0306. 800-298-0306. 800-298-0306. That's 800-298-0306.
Fast Track Auto Transport has been a trusted leader in vehicle shipping for over 25 years, providing reliable, affordable service across the U.S. Fast Track offers fast and safe transportation solutions for individuals, dealerships, fleets, and businesses of all sizes. The Fast Track team prides itself on honest communication, competitive pricing, and real-time tracking, which gives our customers peace of mind from pickup to delivery. Whether you're shipping a single car or managing a large fleet, Fast Track delivers a smooth, hassle-free experience every time. Come see why Fast Track Auto Transport has been St. Louis's go-to company for all your vehicle transport needs for over 25 years. Safeway, the Fast Track way. Visit ftautotrans.com or call 636-677-9004. That's ftautotrans.com or call 636-677-9004.
The Lou Information Station presents Arch City Now with Vic Faust.
Hey guys, welcome back into the show. It is Thursday. Glad you guys are with us. January 22nd. Producer Rod, you doing all right, man, over there?
I'm good, man. I'm glad your music is back.
The music is back. I'm glad we're here as well, Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 a.m. And of course, you can catch us on X, Facebook, and YouTube. All things St. Louis all the time, plus other national stories making headlines. There's not always a ton going on here, as you know, which is why we always say jumping on the Facebook line, jump in, chat, let us know what you guys have going on. We appreciate it. Like, subscribe, share the show. You know what we do here. Also, we'd like to get things going with sports, news, whatever the case may be. You guys keep us posted, letting us know what is going on. All right. I thought this was kind of a really cool story, or not cool, but I mean, it is what it is. Curt Cignetti, who we know, who many of us love for what he was able to accomplish already this year, the greatest college football story in the history. I mean, in the history of college sports, maybe even the NFL for that matter. Who knows? So he wins the national title. And now Curt Cignetti won't ever have to buy his beer again at a certain place. Excuse me. We really need a cough button. That's distracting for our listeners.
Yeah.
I have asked. I've never heard of a place not having a cough button.
No, I'm not even gonna bring up
Okay.
Unk, but Unk needs a sniffle button too. Yeah, like
hey now, yeah, I know everything. I know everything. I'm up. You know anything. Anyway, sorry, that was bad radio and podcast. Oh, Mizzou Tigers. I hate Mizzou. Who do you like, Charlie? Nobody. I'm teasing him.
I love Unk though.
Yeah, I know.
He's like a grunkle.
A grunkle.
Yes, I call him a grunkle.
I like him better when I see him over in Adoration.
Oh, that's the
At-
church.
yeah, Carmelite.
Yeah, that's where he sends his like music for me to play.
You don't want to. You don't want to ever judge anybody, but I thought lightning was surely going to strike him down when I saw him walk through the doors. I was like, I know I got my own issues, but damn,
He goes every day though.
yeah, that's why I try to. I see him almost every day over there.
Shout out OG. That's a part of his like.
There's
daily
some of
schedule.
us that just need that extra prayer. Let's just put it that way. We need to be a little bit closer to our God for certain. No, but that's a great peaceful place over there, Carmelite, not too far from these studios as well. So Kurt Signetti doesn't have to pay for any beer again because he made it known. Because he's kind of talked about it. He's like how he celebrates. He's like, I'll go have a beer. And he's like, and I may have a second one. Upland Brewing Company said the next one is on them, and the next one, and the next one after that. In fact, the Bloomington Brewery Company, which he said was his favorite beer of choice, or at least that they make, is gifting Coach Signetti beer for life, thanks to raising their national profile. So Kurt Signetti drinks free for the rest of his life at Upland Brewing Company. And something tells me that in Bloomington, wherever he goes, or anywhere around the state of Indiana, maybe not in South Bend where Notre Dame is, or maybe not in West Lafayette where Purdue is, but outside of those places, Kurt Signetti should never have to pay for a meal again after what he did, not only for the University of Indiana, but for the state of Indiana. Free beer for life. Ryan, if he won the national championship, producer Rye says he would want a Qdoba bowl for free for the rest of his life when he was hungry.
Free Qdoba bowls or like free canes.
Really?
Just because like a Qdoba bowl, I can always eat a Qdoba bowl, but I make my own Qdoba bowls too.
Yeah,
But
I get that.
every day I could eat a Qdoba bowl.
Okay, if it was just food, some of my favorite places, just where I go, and I know there's other wonderful places, I would want free meals. They have my favorite grilled chicken sandwich and turkey chili from Sportsman's. I've already told people about that before, right off.
You've been telling me
Right
I
off
need to go
Clayton
there.
Road. That's right, right there in Ladue, right in the heart of Ladue. And steaks from Annie Guns. There we go. I'm in. There you go. That's what I would like if I won a national championship. So very cool. So what they did was, and here's what they had to say: Upland Brewery in Bloomington. And it's been a long time since I've gone to Bloomington, but boy, oh boy, the scenes, you saw the scenes, the party scenes from Bloomington, right? And I know some families that went to Bloomington to celebrate with their kids who go to Indiana, and the scenes there were freaking phenomenal. But they said Coach Signetti's national shout out, because he said that's where he went for beer, because he was asked, reporters are always trying to one up each other, and you drink beer, what kind of beer, and where is it from? So they said that he gave their brand a national spotlight. And then, quote, to say thank you, we're giving Coach Sig free Upland beer for the rest of his life. It feels like the right way to celebrate a coach who has energized IU football and brought so much pride back to Bloomington and the state of Indiana. Go IU. What a freaking cool story it is. After Indiana beat Miami the other night for its first ever national championship win, an ESPN reporter asked Signetti how he was going to celebrate. He says, quote, I'm going to have a beer. And that's good. He should. I think I'd go celebrate with a bourbon. So he had made a similar comment 2 weeks earlier. And then they talked about where the place was. So could you imagine winning a national title and people know who he is and they're going to recognize him? He can't go anywhere if he goes out in public. You just can't. It was like being a superstar athlete in the St. Louis area. Yeah, we're a bigger city, but we're a smaller city. And then when you had the Cardinals winning in 2006 and 2011 and trying to go out into this town, they're recognized, especially the Cardinal players. Then when the Blues won in 2019, walking around town or going out, like Bennington. By the way, Bennington goes up to Sportsman. I've seen Bennington in there. And Sundquist. Shen. Anyway, I digress. Very interesting stuff with Indiana. Also, there's just not a ton going on in the St. Louis area today, so we were giving that a little bit of a run. Here's another thing for you. This is some good advice that my younger producer, Rye, has already figured out. And I should have figured it out at a younger age, but I didn't. Fernando Mendoza was asked about girls and women because he's arguably the most popular athlete, if you want to call him amateur, but he was getting paid. He said, no girls, Rye. No girls.
Mm-hmm.
No girls. And yes, he likes girls. Don't get me wrong there. It's just no girls. Fernando Mendoza is single and has no girlfriend because he has made it his priority to focus on football and not on girls.
All right, man.
Heisman Trophy winner, focused on the task at hand. That's maturity. So you're not buying it. No, he doesn't have a girlfriend.
Hey, okay, dude. But
why do you say it like that?
Man, I just hate when dudes be like, oh yeah, I'm not talking to anybody because I'm focused on my sport. And
so you don't believe it.
I don't believe it.
Maybe that's the crowd you run with.
Like, no, there's like, unless you're going on like a mission trip or something, I'm not believing that, dude. You have a girl that texts you and you text her back. Maybe you're not dating, but you have a girl that you text. Like,
somebody on the inside from Indiana, let us know.
Man.
I don't know. He seems like Tim Tebow to me. Tim Tebow 2.
Yeah, he does give that.
He's Timmy 2.0. Except he can throw the ball.
I feel like he has a girlfriend, but not knowing him, but I feel like he has a girlfriend, but he's the type of like, yeah, I'm really focused on the draft right now. I just can't text you as much.
I mean, the reason I bring it up is the correlation: success, no girl, success at that age. He says, quote, I don't have time for a girlfriend. Girls are very distracting.
They are. Yeah.
They are.
But you're still talking to a girl, though.
They're even distracting when you're 50.
Yeah.
It never changes. If I have one, I'd give her my all. See, that's me.
He's so PR
that's me.
trained.
See, I'm a
bro.
romantic. You're not. You'd be like, yeah, man, I'm half in, I'm half out.
Like, I'm a romantic if she's pushing. Like, I was just talking to on Charlie's show about this. Like, on
but
Tuesday.
girls don't want you to give it their all. They don't.
Yeah, they don't. They like the nonchalant.
They don't.
They
like the more you. That's what I'm. Oh, I've given my son's advice. I'm like, the more you give a girl, and the more you try to like be a good guy, they don't want it. They only want you if you're a DII giga. That's what they want.
Yeah, they only like you if you're sick.
Yep,
Yeah,
they do. They
sick.
don't want a guy to be good to them.
They don't. They act like they want the good guy. They do, to an extent. Like, you just can't be it.
This will be our 2.0 show.
Yeah, you can't be an a-hole.
Young guy, old guy, girl advice. There we go.
But
that's
yeah,
our
nice
next
guys
podcast.
finish last, and I have been on both
Nice
sides.
guys finish last. There is no freaking doubt.
I've been on both sides, so I know. So
do not be a nice guy. Don't
just be the cool guy.
Cool guy. And it's just like, yeah, I don't care. It's like it's so BS. Women deserve every bad thing that a guy gives to them if they continue to act like this. They need to change society. Fernando Mendoza.
Yeah, Mendoza.
Okay. Anyway, I digress again. And if we are wrong, then women, you can feel free to jump in on the chat lines and let us know at X, Facebook, and YouTube. We're just going from personal experience. And I can tell you this too. It's my own personal experiences. Man, that's so true. So he went on. Here's the full quote again. Quote, I don't have time for a girlfriend. Girls are very distracting. If I have one, I'd give her my all, hanging out instead of watching extra film.
I get that, but no, I'm not letting him use this PR trained stuff for people to actually think he's serious. Like,
I think
no,
I think he's serious.
No,
but if you looked at his quotes during the week, it's all about his Catholic faith.
Oh yeah,
he's like I'm a Catholic man. What I do is football. Who I serve is God. I mean, and it's real. And his teammates talk about him that way.
Okay, it's giving a little more Tebow now. I can see it.
Timmy 2.0.
I can see it.
But the thing that concerned me about it was there was a report that after the game the other night, he was seen leaving, I can't remember the name of the club in Miami, with one of the Cavender twins. Do you know who the Cavender twins are?
From Miami.
Yeah, the basketball girls.
Like,
one of them used to date Carson Beck.
Don't fall for this.
I was
man.
like, get him away from her.
No,
get him away.
Man, he chose to go to that club, man. Stop.
Well, see, that's what allegedly he was at with his teammates.
Yeah.
They were at the club, but he was seen at one point in time holding hands. I was giving you your chance, Ryan. I was getting to it. But that was an alleged report with one of the Cavender twins. Now, the show's kind of gone off the rails when it comes from St. Louis, but it is what it is right now.
Indiana's pretty Midwest.
Yeah, there you go. I'm just like, oh, man, I'm
telling you, man.
I want to see him succeed and keep him strong, Lord. Keep him strong.
Get him out of Miami.
The force is strong with this Cavender one.
and he's gonna have to be really tested because he's getting drafted by Vegas.
He probably is.
He's like
number one. He's going to Vegas. Number one. Tom Brady was literally on the sideline watching him the entire warm up. Mark Davis, the Raiders owner. By the way, for those who don't know, Tom Brady is pretty much a director of football operations, and he's calling all the shots for the Raiders right now. We'll see if it works. But even Mel Kiper last night on ESPN was saying it's been maybe 5 years since it's been this for sure of a thing, who the number one pick in the draft is going to be. So Fernando is going to be he's going to be in Vegas too, on top of it, as their starting quarterback. But man, I love it. I think it's pretty damn cool that he said that. But I was like, oh no. The Cavender twins are showing up. The Piranha. Trying to get back at Carson Beck. She broke up with him allegedly because he cheated on her and said he was a jackass.
Carson Beck looks like
and said that nobody liked him.
Okay.
And he was arrogant and egotistical. But that's why she got with him. And money. Money is a key thing too. Not all women, but money's important. As I told you before, money is the root of all evil, but money can definitely buy happiness. I'm sorry. You'll always hear me say that. Nobody's ever upset to get money, and a lot of it.
Like, you give somebody $500 right now, are they gonna be like, "Oh man,
you ruined my day"?
Man, give me $500.
Take it back.
Yeah, take it back.
This is Arch City now. If you want to give us a call, you can. 855-282-8255. Just having some fun when it comes to the dating life, men and women and everything else that goes into it. I just want to see our boy Fernando be protected. And I think he's doing a pretty good job from that standpoint. From the chat line, Almarie says, good morning. Lori says, good morning. Not looking forward to the weekend weather. Yeah, not me either. That's one of those things that's like, okay, here we go. How much fun are we going to have this week when it comes to what's going on? Okay. So is he going to, all right, I'm done with Fernando. And we'll see what happens. Are they supposed to have a celebration at all in Bloomington kind of like a national, kind of like a World Series parade or NFL parade. That'd be pretty cool if they did, especially with the fan base that's out there.
They may make a movie about this.
Oh yeah, of course, absolutely. It'll be a great movie.
NIL in the movie. Or are they just going to take NIL out?
Well, no, NIL. Well, they could, but it's why Signetti won.
Exactly. So are you going to have
He flipped the script on everybody. These are men that are playing. Like I've had this conversation with
they're all older than
well,
me.
with my son, because my son was just offered like a paid preferred walk-on spot at Mizzou.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to take that today. So he's going to accept that.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. He's excited about it, and he's
Yeah.
turning down other scholarship offers. Now, like full scholarship offers, but he's like, this is what you have to understand. He's like, Dad, I've had success at every level. It's about believing in yourself.
Facts.
And then you have to go out and prove it.
Facts.
And I believe in myself, and I know I've got the body to do it when I put on some more weight. And he's like, I'd rather compete where allegedly some of the better players are than go to Division II and prove it there and didn't have to come. So my point in bringing all this up is this. Yeah, and he succeeded no matter where, no matter if he was at 7v7 camps in Florida against some of the top kids or local. He's like, let me go do my thing. And I'm like, okay, all right, son. But here's the other thing too that you got to remember. This is a man's game now. This isn't a 18, 19, 20-year-old kid's game anymore.
Playing minor league football, bro.
You need you need to check out the bodies. And we were, because he was invited up to watch Mizzou football games. Excuse me, the last 2 years. So we've been there. He knows how big the kids are. Now he's a safety.
Yes.
So
Free safety. They got him at 247 as an athlete, 6'3", 175.
Well, he's 190 now. And
big dog.
And 190 is not big enough.
Yeah. What do you want to get him at? Like
because he got on the scale. I made him get on the scale because I didn't believe him. He got on the scale at like 188 a couple days ago. And I'm like, okay, all right, that's fine. And then it all depends on what Mizzou wants him at. See, Mizzou he has a bigger frame, and they play some bigger. They have a position that kind of it's like a combo safety
linebacker thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and he's like, they have a position. He's like, Dad, let me do my thing. And I'm like, well, wait, you got to see these bodies. And my question to him was, could you go out right now and tackle who was the best running back in America last year if you're playing scout team as a freshman at Mizzou? And you know who I'm talking about.
Yes.
I was like, would you come down and be able to tackle Ahmad Hardy? I said, not many guys could. Maybe that was a bad example.
Yeah.
But the point in being is it's a man's game now.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have to put NIL in a movie about Signetti because it's changed. He had the oldest team in college football. Do you know he had 47 players this year, Signetti on Indiana, that were over the age, I think it was 23 or 22 to 23.
They're older than me.
The NFL in that age group only a total had 140 out of all the 30 teams.
Duh, they're gonna go 16-0.
Well, this is the Signetti special sauce. He brought in the whole team from JMU, or most of the kids. They were older.
Yeah.
And then he added some of the players that they had, and that's why they had a good year last year. They played an easy schedule. Fine. They won. I was not a believer in Indiana last year.
Me too.
And they weren't. They played an easy schedule. Hey, that was fine. But then with his coaching and good additions in the offseason and bringing in Mendoza was the reason they got over the hump this year. He was the reason. And they were all a year older, but it's their age. So yeah, if you're doing a movie, and I incorporated my son into that, you've got men playing. So there's something about experience and an experienced body that has success when it comes to that. So yeah, they'd have to put him in.
Everybody else was making it seem like they were getting these old guys, but everybody else has these old guys. They had 40-something people. That's like their whole
40
team.
players, over 40 players.
They're older than me.
They had as equal to some of the guys. I mean, more on one team, of course, as we were talking about from the standpoint of, yeah.
So I watch Do you watch any like other podcasts about sports or anything?
Not really. I just don't have a lot of time. But what were you thinking?
I watch Speak Easy with
I've heard of it. Yeah.
And Shady McCoy and them, and they were talking about it like they were literally saying like, yeah, they're the age of NFL guys. Like a lot of them guys.
They were talking about who? Basketball
Indiana.
They are.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I thought they were like 22, 21. And a couple 23-year-old. No, they have a squad of 23.
And that's what it's going to be interesting to see their top players, how they do in the NFL. If they do, or if they're these guys that Signetti has done it and it's maxed it out for the college game. But if you're not playing the NIL game in college now, after what we saw with Signetti, I don't think you're doing it right. You're not. You're just not doing it right. I tried to get my son to go to a prep school. He wouldn't listen to me. He's like, I'm not into that.
Yeah, my dad tried to have me go to prep school for basketball. And I was like, yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
Well, there's we're coming up on it. Yeah, and I know it gets kind of Xy and O-ish. I was just going to explain, but I think people might find the story interesting.
Me too.
And it's about the Purdue starting quarterback, Ryan Brown. His dad's a friend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
He's a $2 million a year guy at Purdue right now. He's their quarterback, and he had a good year. And it was all made possible because of prep school and what's going on. I'll share the story. We're gonna have to take a break, but I'll explain it and what's going on and why prep school is working and why more and more people are going to prep schools.
Oh, I get it.
And the college coaches,
yeah, I get it.
They don't stop recruiting you if you go there
at all.
They actually
want you more. Yeah, it was very enticing. I just wanted to get out of my 4 years.
Yeah, that's producer Rye. I'm Vic Faust. This is Arch City. Now we'll take a quick break. We'll come back right after this. And we saw Jim the Cat. Jim the Cat Hayes was right outside the studio. Let me in. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back with more Arch City Now right after this.
What are the keys to a great night out? Great food and drinks, great prizes, and great friends. Join us Thursday, January 22nd from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Key STL Burger, Bar, and Boogie in the Grand Center Arts District. Enjoy a live broadcast with Cam Jansen and Jim Hayes, plus special guest Matt Adams. Dig into the best smash burgers in town and get your shot at winning opening day Cardinals tickets, autographed merch, and more. That's Thursday, January 22nd, 6 to 8 p.m. at the Key STL, 3225 Olive. Come eat, hang out, and win.
This message is presented on behalf of Delmar Mortgage. When it comes to buying or refinancing a home, everyone's situation is different, and having the right information can save you real money. Delmar Mortgage helps you compare options side by side, understand the cost of waiting, and see when refinancing may actually make sense for you. Get your no-obligation quick quote at savingthelou.com.
Individuals may have been compensated for this message. For licensing information, visit NMLSconsumeraccess.org. Delmar Mortgage, NMLS ID number 30998. Delmar Mortgage is an equal housing lender.
When it's time to bring the energy, don't fake it, fuel it. Drink Thunder is the all-natural, plant-based, fruit-based pre-workout drink that gives you real results without the junk. No sugar, no crash, just clean energy, powered by nature, and loaded with minerals and antioxidants that help you perform at your best. Go to drinkthunder.com and grab your favorite flavor: orange mango, blackberry lemonade, or strawberry cream. Drink Thunder, the clean way to power your workout. drinkthunder.com.
LouInfo.com news headlines. Brought to you by Brown and Crouppen, 222-2222.
Your LouInfo.com news report. A St. Louis area teacher and consultant admitted in federal court this week to helping two Mississippi school superintendents embezzle hundreds of thousands of dollars. Prosecutors say Earl Nelson, Monica Smith Taylor, and former superintendent Mario Willis all pleaded guilty to conspiracy charges. Police say a body found in the central West End may be a missing delivery driver last seen in University City. Investigators traced the victim's phone to the area where they found his car and a man dead from a gunshot wound. Detectives believe the killing is connected to a shots fired call Tuesday night and have detained two people. Wow Entertainment, a $15 million family entertainment complex in Fenton, is looking to hire more than 85 workers as it prepares to open within weeks. The center will have several attractions, including golf and virtual reality games. It'll open February 27th, and they've scheduled a hiring fair for January 29th through February 1st between 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. at the center's location in Fenton. For the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com and the free Lou Info app, I'm Jen Austin.
Now, LouInfo.com weather. Presented by STL Sports Central. St. Louis sports. Anytime, anywhere.
Here's your
Team prides itself on honest communication, competitive pricing, and real-time tracking, which gives our customers peace of mind from pickup to delivery. Whether you're shipping a single car or managing a large fleet, Fast Track delivers a smooth, hassle-free experience every time. Come see why Fast Track Auto Transport has been St. Louis's go-to company for all your vehicle transport needs for over 25 years. The trusted way, the safe way, the Fast Track way. Visit ftautotrans.com or call 636-677-9004. That's ftautotrans.com or call 636-677-9004.
Hockey parents, be honest. Are your tournaments this season feeling a little unpredictable? You've planned the weekend, booked the hotel, hauled the gear. You deserve a tournament provider that's as organized as you are. And that's where Big Bear Tournaments comes in. No guessing games, no mystery matchups. We probably list every registered team right on the website, so you always know exactly who's in your division. There's great competition, clear communication, and zero last-minute surprises. Make your season smoother. Check out your next tournament at BigBearTournaments.com.
St. Louis sports fans, now you can go deeper with STL Sports Central Insiders. Get exclusive access to Bernie Miklasz, Randy Carricker, Mike Claiborne, Jamal Mayers, and more. Plus, your chance to watch a Blues game in the alumni box with Jamal himself. Also, monthly giveaways, Bernie's columns all week, and you'll be supporting local sports media. Join now at stlsportscentral.com.
Back to more of Arch City Now with Vic Faust on the Lou Information Station. Streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Hey guys, welcome back into the show. Finishing up, putting the final touches on a very mediocre show today. Anyway, if I do say so myself, I like the St. Louis headline.
Viewers on X.
All right, man. I like it when we're able to hit St. Louis hard, but we don't have all those stories today. Sometimes we got tons of sports. Sometimes we have lots of entertainment and food that's going on. We stay away from all the politics. We stay away from the negative. There's plenty of other sources that are going to give you that. So we're just trying to have some fun, keep you updated on the things that are going on, even the national stories that are making some news locally from that standpoint. Yeah, I got a text in the break. Yes. My son did. What I was saying was my son accepted what's called it's a paid preferred walk-on deal. What they do now is they only have 2 at Mizzou. So they give 2 PWOs. They give out the normal scholarships and they have 2 PWOs. So they gave one to a receiver and the one to my son that's a safety. So you get a shot to go. I mean, Cody Schrader came in and lit it up. But Cody came after playing for 3 years as the best Division II football player in America. And they said within a week, it was like within a week, the coaches, they're like, oh, truck. Look what just walked into, but Mizzou didn't even give him a scholarship. He had to come and walk on. Just think about that.
It's crazy.
Isn't it? He ended up being the best football. He was like all-American running back.
Just think of the story, man. Just think of your story of your son. I don't want to like just bring him up.
No, but
he comes in.
Well, it could be
walks on,
nice.
Works his butt off.
There are many more people who never see the field that walk on.
Yeah.
Just so that people understand that too. And that's that conversation I was having with my son. But he loves Mizzou.
That's what I'm saying. He loves Mizzou. His dad went there. He gets to, like, I'm not gonna say.
He saw that one touchdown that dad caught. That one.
Doesn't his brother go to Mizzou too? Or?
Yeah, junior. His older brother was a quarterback, a damn good quarterback at Chaminade.
Yeah.
But being a quarterback in the day, and it was like the first year of NIL, these quarterbacks, I mean, no, well, they do, but here's the thing. I was shocked. Kirkwood this year the best quarterback I saw play was a kid from Platte County.
Yeah.
And that was my former teammate, Jeff Marriott at Mizzou, his son, Rocco.
Guy.
Yeah. Rocco Marriott. He ended up signing with Central Florida. And he's going down with Scott Frost, former Nebraska quarterback, former Nebraska coach. And it's a great spot for him. He'll play and he'll light it up. And if he wants to ever transfer, I'd be shocked if he doesn't. The second best quarterback that I saw play this year was a kid over at Kirkwood. I can't think of his last name right now. And he's got no offers, no real offers anywhere. If you're a quarterback, it's so hard in the day of NIL to be a really good quarterback and get looked at. Like my son, he got a bunch of Division II offers. And finally, at the end of the day, he's like, you know what? And I've talked to a lot of parents, whether their daughters are in soccer, volleyball. It's like, listen, do I want to go to a Division II? Do I love this sport enough for baseball, softball, volleyball, soccer, whatever? Do I love a sport enough to go to? And usually these Division II schools or small division, they're small schools, campuses. Is this what you want to do for the next 4 years, 5 years?
Exactly.
Do you love it enough? You had this situation for yourself at Drake.
It hits home because I'm looking at, like, I had like Umslow looking at me, like, then like D3, like Greenville and stuff. Mobap offered me. Like, I was like, do I really want to play the sport that bad, or do I want to think about my career?
Well, it's interesting from this standpoint. There's not a ton going on, so we branch off a little bit to talk about it. But so yeah, my son's a junior at Mizzou. He loved life. You know what he does? He did fraternity. He makes about $600 a week working at a bar.
Exactly.
Loving it. Finance major, kicking ass in school, and setting up his, business and private equity stuff that he wants to do for the rest of his life. And I'm like, okay. And he's loving life, and he loves Mizzou.
Exactly.
He cried when he gave up football. He's like, he gave everything up for it. And when you're trying to be a quarterback, it's like being a pitcher.
Oh yeah.
For baseball, man, it's like you live and breathe as a parent on every pitch or every throw or every snap. The second one, it's easy, man. It's like, you want to be a safety receiver, just don't drop the ball. That's pretty simple. So yeah, when you walk on, but it's different now when you only have two, because the NCAA doesn't really allow you to have like walk-ons anymore. Yeah, they have expanded rosters for Power 4, and then they're able to pay you, which is crazy. It's crazy. They have, let's see, last year the kids they put 10 kids on scholarship that were walk-on just last year at Mizzou, because they have the money now to do it. So that's why they bring them in. They pay you a little bit, say, hey, show us what you got. And then if you got it, then it's yours. And then you go from there. So yeah, so he is going, he's excited about it. During the process, had offers from Missouri State, Miami, Ohio, Eastern Michigan, Air Force, the academies. Do you know that the academies, and this may be something interesting for people, when I say the academies, Army, Navy, and Air Force, who all one of them are interested, you can't have a peanut allergy. If you have any sort of a peanut allergy, you can't accept a scholarship, or you can't attend any of those three schools.
Whoa.
And the reason being is they cook their food in peanut oil. The academies do. They're still doing it in peanut oil. Like over at Five Guys. We were talking about Five Guys earlier.
Wow.
His school, one of the best football players in the entire state last year, was an MICDS kid as well. And people remember Brian. And Brian he accepted a baseball scholarship to West Point. He was going to Army. And right at the, I guess it was like right at the end of the school year of summer, they pulled his scholarship.
Wow.
Yeah, because of the situation with the peanut allergy. Because of a freaking peanut allergy, they stopped it. So that's why you can't. It's very interesting when you have to deal with some of those things. But anyway, so you get. I start talking about that, but yeah. So he wanted to go there. The whole recruiting process. Once they allowed these schools to now go after and do these extra like preferred walk-ons, and you give money to them, then it like started up a whole new class of recruiting. But the whole situation with recruiting now is they want older guys first, transfer portal first. And then if they have whatever they have left over, if you're not a 5-star, 4-star high school kid, and there's a lot of 3-star kids that have always been recruited the past 20 years that are now being left behind, because why take a time experiment with a young kid when you can get somebody who's proven? Just like Signetti said, production over potential. And that's been his model. And that's why he's had success. But here's the prep school thing that you were talking about doing. Baseball players can go to schools. Girls soccer, I've heard it. Volleyball, I'm not so sure. But the quarterback at Purdue is making around $2 million a year, Ryan Brown. His dad's a friend of mine. And what he does out of Michigan is he places high school kids at a prep school. And he helps them. And I don't know if it's become a business for him, but he's a passionate guy. He's a former Lions quarterback. Jim Brown played at Boston College, that he was a backup with the Lions for many years. He has a speed school in Michigan. He trains kids on athleticism and speed, and tons of kids going and getting Power 4 Division I offers. But he's got kids who are turning down those offers right now, coming out of high school, going to a prep school for a year where you literally study like the SAT, ACT. You don't take classes. You're there for the summer before the season starts, 3 months of football, and then you're done. What it does is it gives you a chance to get bigger, stronger, faster. They do it in the other sports too.
Mm-hmm.
And the eligibility does not count against you. You're just extending your college time, your college experience. And those coaches that were recruiting you in high school know what you're doing. And they're like, oh, you're going to get bigger, faster, stronger, more mature, and you're not having any eligibility counted against you. Because the amount of money that's out there is absolutely insane.
Yeah, it's wild.
Ryan didn't sign for $2 million with Purdue 2 years ago. It was $1 million something. But then he had a really good year. If you look up his stats, Ryan Brown had a pretty good year in the Big Ten this year.
Mm-hmm.
And he went to prep school, was the whole point of it. Now he's a very mature 22-year-old sophomore. So there you go. Now you get the idea. Exactly. And you're going, wait a second, I'm 22. I'm already graduated from college. But not everybody wants to extend their college experience into being a 23, 24-year-old. But then the flip side says, well, what if you were making a couple $100,000 a year at, bare minimum?
Yeah.
What, I mean, is that where you're going to go work and do that and be happier?
Exactly.
So
I think everybody's path is different.
Everybody's path is different. That's the exact point.
If I was thinking back then, especially because I was right, NIL went crazy and COVID. So like if COVID didn't happen and I had a full year of AAU and got to play like on the Gold Adidas circuit, which I was going to play on, I probably would have may have went prep, because then I may have had a little bit more offers, looks and everything. So I would have been traveling more. We were supposed to go to Orlando with all these other places, but couldn't because of COVID.
Well, see, and that's what I was like, even having, because Purdue got interested too. And I was like, well, what if common knowledge would think that you have a chance to get on the field at Purdue quicker. He's like, Dad, you don't know. They may have brought somebody else in. You can't predict the future. And I'm like, I know. But Missouri had the best defense in America last year, or one of the best defenses in America, in my opinion. It was the best defense I'd ever seen. But then Missouri lost a lot of safeties. And then they're also bringing in a ton of guys this year too. And then you have to keep all of those things, and you put it in mind of who's recruiting, who's going where. I was talking to a female or a woman friend of mine whose daughter is a soccer player at Mizzou. And it took her a couple of years to get to Mizzou. And they bring in other girls where she was supposed to start. And she really was having a tough time competing. She's like, they brought in more girls. We had no idea. So now it's become even more difficult to compete. And I don't know what's happening in what I'll call some of the other sports outside of basketball and football, because we see that happening. I mean, look what Mizzou did. Jacob Cruz was a 3-point specialist for Mizzou last year. Now come back this year. They bring in Stone, a new player, and he's getting more of the time. So this is what happens. It's like maturity and experience and combine it with talent. That's who coaches want to play. This is their livelihood, and you're competing against men who are out there too. So your body, especially in football, has to be big enough and strong enough, and you have to love it, and you have to have a passion for the game and understand what you're going to be playing. Or you go to, and don't sleep on Division IIs. Division II in football, there are damn good players, and you're seeing kids transfer straight from Division II to good Division I schools and making money. Big time money. I had a good conversation with Carl Reed, former local coach, does a lot of recruiting, scouting, helps a lot of kids. He told me about it. JP Rock, who you do the football show with, Matt Bierman. By the way, Matt Bierman, who runs Elite Football, there's no place like that in America. I mean, remember the story we talked about a few weeks ago? 4 kids, all from Elite, on the same roster with the Jets. Brady Cook. Then you had Isaiah Williams, who went to Illinois. Then you had Tony. What was Tony's slew safety? Went to Illinois. Now he's there. And then an offensive lineman. I think he went to Nebraska. All on the same team. Well, Matt Bierman, those guys tell you, it's like we got guys going straight from Division II to these Division I schools. I mean, there was a kid from Michigan this year that Mizzou offered. He's at Wisconsin now. A defensive end from Hope College. Hope College, a Division III in Michigan. And he's going to Wisconsin and getting paid to go to Wisconsin. So it's one of those things now, no matter where you go, if you're good enough and you have film, they'll find a spot for you. But then, not to get bored, but there was another kid, Gavin Marsh, who I believe was at Marquette a few years back. He was the best receiver in the area. There was one, I think, who was the other kid? He was the best, probably the second best receiver. He was the number 1 receiver out at the Lindenwood recruiting camp. I mean, he lit it up. I'm like, where's this kid going? I was told nowhere. Nobody give him a chance. So Deion Sanders gave him a chance to walk on. 3 years ago at Colorado, and I saw him in the transfer portal, and as of yesterday, I still hadn't seen anybody gave him a chance. But you know what though, right? He didn't have game film. He just has the practice film, and his practice film is damn good at Colorado. And going up against Travis Hunter, he'd have to guard Travis Hunter in practice every day. But it's a St. Louis kid that's out there, and it just goes to show you just never ever know when you're going to get a chance or what's going to happen. So anyway, that's the whole deal that I was explaining about with prep school. You get a chance to go to prep school. It doesn't count against you. The same coaches still recruit you, if not more, and then the eligibility doesn't count against you. That's why it's like, so I was trying to talk to my son. Hey, he's like, Dad, I'm not interested in doing it. I said, even for 3 months, you just put it on hold. You let your body get bigger, stronger, faster. He's like, no, that's not what I want. And I'm like, okay. But for many other kids who already have Power 4 offers and full rides, they're still turning them down to go to prep school. Mm-hmm. And then you could even be a winter enrollee. You're just skipping that first semester of fall to give yourself maybe another 8 months to get bigger, stronger, faster in an extra year. So that's how this whole system is working out. It's crazy. It's wild, whether you like it or don't. It is the system, so you have to adjust to it. Isn't it wild?
It's just like, because especially like, because on the basketball side, this prep school thing has been going on for a minute. So like, I've always been seeing like a lot of my friends that are like playing basketball and they have decent offers. They're like, no, dude, I'm going to prep. Like, and I've always been like, it's not really my cup of tea, but I understand it. Like, it's literally just another year for you to get better without any eligibility.
I don't see.
And you play against the top guys too.
Yeah, I know. My friend Jim just said, Vic, before he totally commits, make sure I talk to him. And I was like, I get it. So what Ryan did is he couldn't get the Division I offers that he wanted. And Nick Saban told Jim he needs to go to a prep school. have him go to a prep school. And then Nick told him he wanted him to go to a certain prep school, but Jim ended up finding another one in New York that he went to, because the thing is, when you go to prep school, you also want to be in a position where they get video of you doing what you can do. And you have to have a coach that allows you to do that. And then you can continue to put that video out there with what you have and then go run or show them what you can do in practice. So that's why he went to a prep school. He did that for a year. Then he ended up going to Purdue. Then Bill Belichick signed him at North Carolina. So they were at North Carolina after the signing day. And then they saw that it wasn't going to be a good year. Let's just put it that way without getting into the details. There was a bunch of things that they weren't so excited about. Let's just say Jordan-esque. Maybe being around the facility a lot. And so he transferred back to Purdue.
I guess that's pretty distracting.
Yeah.
No, I get it, man. College football player wouldn't. Well, they may want to be around that. So
anyway, so that's his story. That was the story, and that's kind of where you are with college football these days and what's happening. And all I know is men are playing this game, and men are playing the basketball game too. And this is my correlation. It's like, yeah,
pros are playing it.
And this is my point with, Jason Crow, who's coming to Mizzou next year, one of the number one players in America right now, dominating the high school ranks. Yeah, Coach Gates has what's considered to be the number 2 recruiting class in America coming to Mizzou. Oh, that's great. But these are high school kids. Are they going to be able to come in and just start dominating these 4- and 5-year kids that have been starting? We saw what Mizzou did with talent against Drake last year. Drake outcoached them, they outplayed him, and they beat him in the tournament.
Go Bulldogs, baby.
Yeah, there you go. I did that for you, my friend.
But it's just like,
because it's maturity and experience is taking over college sports, and not just on the men's side, the women's side as well.
Exactly. Unless you're bringing in Peterson or AJ Dembasa type of talent or a Boozer type of talent, I don't care if you're 18. You're not going to play better.
Crow may be that talent, but
yeah,
we'll see. But he's playing in a big, physical, tough SEC.
Yeah. So I'm like, they're not exactly. And I'm like, you're going up against 23, 24-year-old man. You may go up against a pro from the G League next year. There's a G Leaguer that's trying to get some eligibility right now for the Texas Legends. He's like 19, 20, and I just saw it.
I saw somebody tweet, Kareem Rush left Missouri early many, many years ago before his NBA career.
Yeah.
Could we get him back at Mizzou to finish?
Could.
I could see his sweet left stroke coming back in. By the way, Kareem Rush host, he's the color guy or the part of the host team for following Mizzou football games on our sister station, on our Mizzou broadcast. I did the color for Mizzou football games this year with myself and Chris Pelican and Howard Richards. And what you have now is Kareem Rush. He's part of our, for LouInfo.com, he's part of our broadcast team, if people wonder what Kareem's up to as well. So, yeah, all these things that are going on. What are you feverishly looking fast for some of these guys that could be playing the hoops?
These news reports, man, a month ago, could Mizzou basketball add a former G League guard?
Okay. Yeah, it is what it is, man. Yeah, crazy stuff. We love talking about it. Things are changing from that standpoint. This show, obviously, we try to focus on St. Louis and St. Louis stories and things. Sometimes, we just cover what is, and it's interesting, and we'll kind of go with the flow with you guys. So we're here Monday through Friday, as you know, 6 to 8 a.m., all things St. Louis all the time, and other stories making headlines, whatever's moving the needle for you, interviews throughout the area as well. Hey, by the way, check out Wilbur's Law Instagram. They'll have information on their cash stash. They give out $500 to $1,000. Did he say how often it is? I couldn't remember if it was weekly or every other week, something from that standpoint. But we had him on the show yesterday talking about what he's doing with that contest each week, giving clues on their Instagram account on where they're leaving money for you just to go pick up. And if you guys have interviews that you want us to talk about or anything from the St. Louis area that you want us to promote, anything, charities, new restaurants, venues, whatever the case, that's what we try to get the vibe going. Businesses as well. So for producer Ryan, I'm Vic Faust. We appreciate you guys joining us. Hot Take Central 2.0 follows us each and every day, Monday through Friday, 8 to 10. That's the former Blue Cam Jansen and Cardinals broadcaster Jim the Cat Hayes. It's Thursday, so 10 to 11 today. It's the Co-Found Hers Business Show. And then from 11 to 1, it's Charlie, Tuna, and the Posse. We appreciate you guys being with us today. As always, stay positive. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. for producer Rye. I'm Vic Faust. That does it for this installment of Art City Now. We will see you guys tomorrow.